Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me for my latest video with Imagine. We're going to be doing a really fun and easy to do snowflake ornament card. To get started, I've got 4 colors of Memento ink. We have Summer Sky, Paris Dusk, Nautical Blue, and Teal Zeal. You can see that the colors come in 2 different sizes. That's just what I happen to have. And we are going to work with the Snowflake Ornament stencils from Spellbinders for this card. I've also got the Spiffy Speckles 6x6 paper pad from Fawn. I chose a blue paper for this because we're going with a snowflake theme and we're going with these nice shades of blue and teal, and the blue would be perfect for it. And it just adds a little something extra. Not only does it give you a pre-colored background, but those speckles that are on there add a little bit of interest as well. So I've attached my paper, which I cut to 4 by 5 1/4, to my gel press plate. You don't have to do this. There are other brands of items that work for this as well. You can use the waffle flower grip mat. Altenew has something as well. But I like to use my gel press plate. That's what I have. So I've got my Summer Sky and a blending brush, and I am applying that color to the large circle. And you can see I have it hanging off of the edge. Makes the design of the card a little bit more dynamic when things kind of hang off the edge. It makes it appear as though there's more happening behind the scenes a little bit, I guess. And, just makes it interesting. Instead of having everything just placed just so on a card. I went in with the Paris Dusk next, just around the edge, to give it a bit of shading. And you can see I'm just using water and a microfiber cloth to clean off my stencil so that I can move on to the next piece or the next ornament. This set comes with masks for the 2 circles. So that's great when you want to layer them. So I'm going to have the smaller ornament technically behind the larger one. So I put that large mask on top of our first circle. And now I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the first one and start with the Summer Sky. And then I'm going to go in with the Paris Dusk. Now you can have your ornaments, centered on your paper, whatever. I just did another video that has ornaments that are centered, or whatever your object is. It doesn't have to be ornaments. It could be a tree. It could be an animal. Doesn't matter. But there's more of a dynamic quality to it when you have things kind of cut off. And we're going to even trim this down further in a little bit. So now we're going to start with the snowflakes. So I put that mask back. I didn't wash off my stencil. It's not really necessary at the moment, but I'm going to use some washi tape to mask off any areas that I don't want to get the Teal Zeal ink. So we're going to start off with that. I've got a different blending brush now, and I'm just applying this color all over the ornament. And then we're going to go in with the Nautical Blue and add a little bit around the edges to make that a little bit darker. And you can see that looks really cool already. This is a really well-designed stencil. There are a lot of components to it that we're not actually using today, but just know that they are there. You can add bows and fun stuff, but I decided to not do that for this particular card. But you can, which is fun. Gives you lots of options. More with the Teal Zeal, just quick blending. This is a great card for beginners. If you're just starting out, if you're not really used to ink blending, this is a very forgiving type of card to kind of practice with because you're working in small areas. You don't have to go too crazy. Look at how pretty that is. Leaving that center of the ornaments kind of with less ink and keeping it lighter makes it really look round, and darkening those edges helps a lot too. I've got my Silvery Shimmer Delicata ink, and I'm just going in with the pad directly. Not the best way to do it, to be perfectly honest, but I wanted you to see that you don't always need to have a tool to apply your ink. So I'm just using the corner of the pad and I'm squishing it in. My pad is very juicy, so it's a little squished around the edges. Not quite as clean as I would have liked it to be, but next time I would just push a little less. You can also use a sponge dauber to apply it, and that would make it nice and clean as well. So because of the bows on this stencil set, you can apply it right where that ornament topper is, and that's why there's a break there. But since we're not using the bows, I wanted to seal it off. So I just grabbed a silver gel pen to just complete the ornaments. In the stencil set, there's also a straight line that you can use as the string to hang the ornaments, but I didn't feel it was necessary to use that at this point, so I just used that same gel pen and my ruler, and I just drew a line. Look at how shimmery that is. I love it so much. So I got a little excess ink on the bottom there, and I felt as though there was too much excess space around the ornaments. I needed to bring your eye in a little further. So I cut off 1/4 inch on each side, or 2 sides, I should say. So that removed the excess ink I had, and it cut off that side of the small ornament, which I wanted to do as well. So now I have the All Seasons Sentiments. These are also from Spellbinders. I grabbed my VersaFine Clair in Twilight, and I'm going to stamp the Let It Snow. Now, truth be told, there's something wrong with this stamp. In production, it got a little wonky. It's not a big deal, nothing to freak out about. So I just grabbed my B39 Copic, and I just finished that W and made it look complete. It was just a production issue with that one particular stamp on that set. The rest of the set is totally fine, and I'm sure if you were to purchase that set, it wouldn't have this issue. It just happened to be on mine. Not a big deal. So now I grabbed the Tiny Dots embossing folder. You guys know I love using my embossing folders, and I ran that through my die cut machine with that to give it some extra texture and fun. But before I did that, I realized I need to add a little bit more color to the edges here. So I have Summer Sky, and I ink blended around the edges just a little bit, just to kind of bring your eye in further, add a little bit more of that blue, and I think it looks cool. Look at that. Just a little something extra. I really like doing this. You don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to have a bajillion embossing folders for this. If you have a couple of basic patterns, that's all you really need. And the Tiny Dot is top notch in my book. All right, so now I've got this wider border around my top panel because, we cut off some more of that piece. And one of the things that I like to do is kind of create this halo effect, almost a holographic opalescent look without any metallic or opalescent inks. And to do that, you just go around your card base with varying shades of colors. Sometimes I do rainbow, but in this case, I kept it just with the same colors that we used for the ornaments themselves. No extras, no less, and it just kind of makes it look like it's shimmery without the shimmer, because you've got the light, you've got the dark, the gradation is soft and beautiful. It just adds something extra, and I think it looks really nice. I decided that top panel needed to be a little bit darker there, so I went back in with Paris Dusk, and I should have probably used the Nautical blue. I think I would have liked that a little bit better, but this is fine. I'm quite happy with it. So now I'm just going to adhere this panel to my card base, and we're done, you guys. This was a fast card. Again, this is a great card for beginners. This is a great card for batching. You don't have to do shades of blue. Break out whatever tones you like and just make a monochromatic, beautiful ornament snowflake card. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I will be back really soon with another one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.